Hello, my name's James. I'm a portrait photographer from Portsmouth in the UK, and I welcome you to this, my studio. It was the night before Christmas, and all throughout the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. It is Christmas time, which means we've got a very, very special portrait lined up for you today. Welcome, the real Santa Claus. It really is him. Yeah, we're doing Portrait of Santa today. How lucky we are. And what we're going to be doing is going to be showing you how we can take a traditional portrait of Santa, but how we can elevate that portrait using techniques that have no barriers to entry in terms of budget, that we can elevate, that we can use to elevate the portraits to the next level. We started off here with the traditional Christmas red backdrop, drop down behind Santa here. We've got a one light setup. We've got a basic Elinchrom RX4. You can find these online, they're quite affordable. Deep dish softbox, which is going to give us a nice spread of light over the whole portrait. We've sat Santa down, and it's like a Santa's grotto kind of setup. As ever, I've set my main light. This is my key light, my main light, and my only light being used in this shot. 45 degrees up, 45 degrees round, and 45 degrees down, looking straight towards Santa. We've got a brilliant Santa today. Boots and trousers and gloves and beard, a real beard. Go and have a look at that real beard. Go and have a quick look at that real beard there. Give it a little tug, Santa, so we can see. There we go, real beard there from Santa Claus. So we've got an amazing, amazing Santa because he is the real one, and therefore we're going to take a great picture here to begin with. Simple light setup, Canon EOS RX R6 with a 24 to 105 f4 lens, basic portrait setup, ISO 100, f8 and 160th of a second. No need to use high-speed sync. So you're going to bring your foot up onto the block that we've put in here there for me, and that gives Santa something he can lean on. So now he's just going to bring himself forward, little lean in forward there for the pose, which was lovely, and just looking straight down towards the middle of the lens. 3, 2, 1. There's your first portrait, real simple, looking straight down the middle, and it works a treat. Lifting that knee up just gives Santa something to pose on, and it gives him something to do with his hands. From this position here, we can even go in a little bit closer and just get the half-legged portrait there, looking straight down towards me. We can change legs, so we can bring the other foot up there for me, bring the hand on there, and then really looking in towards the camera. Nice big smile from Santa Claus, lifting the chin up just slightly for me there. 3, 2, and 1 more there for me. 3, 2, 1, go. So very simple, traditional Santa Claus portraits there that we can see. Very easy to do. But how do we elevate our portrait game? How do we get our portraits to look like the portraits that other photographers take, that we aspire to want to create work similar to, or at least similar to in terms of the standard? Well, in my mind, there's loads of factors that you use as layers to build up onto a portrait to elevate it to the next level. And we've built a few of them in studio here, and what we're going to do is we're going to swap cameras here, because the person who's holding the camera is going to do the first of them. Fliss is going to go over here, and we're going to invite Santa to stand up and come up and off and around, off of the backdrop here. And what we're going to do first off is we're going to apply this. This is some charcoal makeup. If we have a look at the cylinder there it is. Some charred ash powder, and we're going to start applying that to Santa's cheeks and nose and face, and giving him a quick touch up there. And I'm going to explain why that is. The concept that we've come up with today is that Santa's sled's broken down and that he's trying to fix it. So we're going to build a small set, and we've brought in some props that we hope are going to drive and tell that narrative. The first one is this, in the style of Haynes manuals for motor cars, typically things like the Vauxhall Astra or the Ford XR3i. These are very, very popular for working on your cars, and very, very popular booklets there that showed you the details of exactly how cars worked. And we've mocked one up there as the Sled Stardust there, the owner's manual. We've even copied it stylistically on the back there to look like those manuals on the back. See the North Pole, see how. Over 150 million miles worldwide guaranteed there. And this is the thing that Santa's going to be looking at in the picture to help him fix his sled. We haven't actually got a sled. We haven't got a sled in here that we can bring in to break down. So we're just going to use this as a little bit of the narrative to drive that forward. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to change the backdrop. We're going to get rid of the red, because red on red, although it's festive and although it gives us that Christmas idea, I want something a little bit darker, something that looks like Santa's stuck on Christmas Eve, stuck with the sled that's broken down that he's trying to fix to get to all the girls and boys around the planet. So we want to drop in a sort of like a midnight blue to make it look like it's midnight on Christmas Eve and Santa's stuck somewhere because obviously he's traveling around the world at night. So let's go and do that now. We'll probably just speed this bit up now. So let's see if we can do that now. So there we go, we have our midnight blue backdrop there, giving us a much darker theme to the picture. I'm not actually going to need Santa standing up on this one, so to save Santa's legs before Christmas Eve, what we're going to do is going to bring in the chair again here, and just have him just off the backdrop there, and we're going to invite Santa to have a little sit down there for me if we can. Perfect, so we've got Santa sitting down here. Now, I want to start building up my lights, building up my set. And as ever, I'm going to start off with my main light, with my key light. I'm going to stick with this octobox, which is on a C-stand. I like using these C-stands because they're really, really versatile, but also they're really, really hefty and sturdy. So very, very little risk of any of them falling over mid-shoot. So I'd implore you to have a look at some of these if you can find one. I'm going to bring it into the shot here. And I'm just going to start off with it there at 45 degrees down towards our Father Christmas and coming across on a slight feather. We're just going to feather that light to sort of dispel some of the power in it. And although it's closer, two things have happened here. It is closer, which means it's more powerful, but it's been feathered. They should balance each other out, but I don't want that main light to be too powerful. I want it to be a little bit darker, a little bit duskier, a little bit like we're stuck on the road at midnight. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop the power down here by about 1.5 stops, and I'm going to release a flash. The reason why is because a lot of these flashlights will hold power in the cell when you come down, and your first flash, when you take your first picture, it's exactly the same power as you had previously, and you look at your camera and you wonder why it hasn't changed. So you have to release the cell power there. So we're just going to do that there. Now Santa's just going to look straight towards me, just a very simple expression, nice long lens, straight into the picture there, just a little test shot there. Perfect exposure, nice soft light coming across the whole face, a little bit bright on this white band here. I know that's going to be dominant in the photo. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off another little bit of power there, and I'm just going to dial in a tiny little bit of aperture there. We're going to go all the way up to f10, close that aperture up, restrict the light coming in, should give us a darker portrait. Let's have a look at portrait number 2. 3, 2, 1, go. And there we have it, much darker, brings out those darker tones in the picture. Now that on its own is too dark, but that's fine because we're building lights up around it. The next light we're going to build, in complement to the blue backdrop, is some orange lights coming in at the side as rim lights, because I want it to look like we're broken down. Maybe emergency vehicles that come for breakdowns have those sort of orange lights. It's just a nice sort of warming light to add into this cold scene. So we're just going to do that now by bringing in the 2 soft boxes either side here. So they need to be equidistant and they need to be the same direction, so that they're doing the same thing either side to give us that nice even lighting across the whole portrait. So let's bring this one round here. So now we've got our 2 lights round and behind Santa to give us that rim lighting. Just for this shot and just for you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my key light, and we're just going to see what effect these rim lights have round the back just on their own. So looking straight towards me, we shouldn't see much of the face, we should just see orange. Oh, look at that, there we go. So now we see exactly what effect that orange is going to have on the shot. So with a little bit of fill, this now the main light is almost acting as a fill light here, which is nice. When we turn it on, we should see it's a brighter portrait. We should see hints of orange there around the main light here, which is there looking straight towards me, which is just going to fill in the face. Oh, there we go. And now we're starting to see a scene starting to be built. We can input our prop now, our Sled Stardust owner's manual. We're going to give that to Santa to look at, and he's going to bring it up to his face here. Let's see him do that. Here we go. So bringing it up to your face. That's perfect, as if we're flicking through. That's lovely. Looking at the manual there for me, not looking at me. That's perfect. 3, 2, 1, go. Beautiful shot. Bring it up just a little bit there for me. Eyes towards me there for me, if we can. Just looking towards me. 3, 2, and I'm going very heavy on the composition here. Little raised eyebrow if we can there, Santa. There. And we can see there, we need to come out a little bit more because I want to see the whole of the brochure, and I'm going to switch it around. Although I like the composition there, I want to see the whole of the brochure. So we're going to go landscape so we can see the whole thing. I love that little raised eyebrow, great expression. We need that expression again there for me. 3, 2, desperate. And now just the raised eyebrow, just simple expression there for me. That's it, perfect. Lovely little shot there. I love it. And one last thing I want to do is I just want to add one more light just to the scene, okay? Where that sled stardust is in the foreground is catching some of that main light, which is absolutely fine. What I'm going to get him to do though is we're just going to, if we come in close here, the reason why it's catching the light is because it's at this angle here, sort of flat, almost going up and down. If we angle it slightly down towards the camera, it won't catch as much of this light here. And I can use this light down here, this Elinchrom 1, that's got a blue gel in it, to just light the owner's manual there from underneath to give it a blue tint to the picture, to give it a colder tint, to add to that feeling of being stuck on a cold, dark night. Looking straight towards me there for me, that's good. Okay, perfect. So give me like a, if you look at me for me, Santa here, if you give me, let me just move this light out the way a little bit. Just gonna nudge this one this way. So looking straight towards me, that's lovely, perfect. Bring the book up just a fraction. So up and angle it down, that's good. There, that's what we need. Raised eyebrow, perfect. Reading the book, looking towards me, shocked, surprised. That's good, that's a nice one there. That little surprise one with the ooh was perfect, go. There we go. And now we've got a Santa there who looks like he's stuck going through the manual, trying to fix his sled. We'll bring in one more prop into this. We're just going to bring a hand up onto the head here for me, Santa, just as if we're scratching our head. There we go. Keep going. Keep changing it. Looking at me over the top. 3. Eyebrow. Go, one more. There. Love it. And there we go. So, to recap, in order to create a portrait that elevates your photography and your artistry, in my mind, one of the things we're looking for is we're looking to build narrative. And the way that we can build narrative is by using a multiple number of lights in different ways, but not just filling the frame with as many lights as possible. Each light has a reason to be there. We can use color harmony to balance the portrait and to give feeling and to give meaning to things and elements that are happening in the portrait. We can add makeup and styling to our model, again with reason, to help draw and drive that narrative forward. And we can make our own props using cute little things and cute little homages and parodies of things that people are familiar with to help drive that narrative even further. And once those layers are built one on top of each other, and you have the best subjects in the world, you have the actual Father Christmas to photograph. Creating portraits that go that little bit further is actually really, really simple, but it just requires care and attention, and each step having a meaning and a reason to exist to build that portrait up. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for checking out the channel, for watching our videos, for liking, subscribing, and for leaving nice comments, or just leaving honest comments. I appreciate honest comments too. We're going to be providing more content for you in the new year. If you've enjoyed what you see and you want to learn more, you can join my training program, nofussmus.com. Have a look on there, sign up, get your free posing guide, 100 free poses for you to use in studio next time you go in. And the final message comes from the big guy. Ho, ho, ho.